In the days of yore, when the sun did rise o'er ziggurats and pyramids, there dwelt a multitude of marvellous men and women, those ancient Sumerians and Egyptians who frolicked in fields of fertile folly. Lo, they didst construct their monumental marvels with naught but sweat and sorcery, whilst the gods above chuckled at their earthly endeavours. Yet, amidst their merry-making, a most peculiar portent loomed on the horizon, a cataclysmic cacophony that would send shivers down the spines of even the stoutest stone-carved sphinx. Enter Dr. Anya Chronos, a time-twisting titan with a PhD in paradoxes and an insatiable appetite for absurdity. With her trusty time-travelling taupe hat, crafted from the finest fabric spun by fate itself, she leapt through epochs like a caffeinated kangaroo. "Fear not," quoth she, "for I shall unravel this riddle wrapped in an enigma whilst sipping tea brewed from the leaves of lost knowledge." And thus began her quest to teach truth amidst tumultuous turmoil. As she landed with a thud upon the sandy shores of ancient Egypt, she beheld pharaohs prancing about in their golden finery, oblivious to the impending doom. "Oh dear!" exclaimed Dr. Chronos. "These regal rascals are as blind as bats in bright daylight." With a flick of her wrist and a sprinkle of stardust, she conjured forth an ethereal scroll inscribed with arcane facts. "Beware ye builders of bricks, the heavens may soon rain down chaos." But lo, the Sumerians were not to be outdone. They too had their own brand of bewilderment brewing beneath their ziggurats. As Dr. Chronos flitted between civilizations like a butterfly on caffeine, she encountered priests performing rituals so ridiculous that even the gods must have snickered behind celestial curtains. "What ho!" she cried. "Thou art more concerned with appeasing deities than preparing for disaster. Let me enlighten thee." With each twist and turn through time's tangled tapestry, our intrepid heroine unveiled truths hidden beneath layers of ludicrous lore. She taught them that knowledge is akin to fine wine. It must be savoured slowly, lest it turn sour. "Gather round," she beckoned with exaggerated flair, "for I shall regale thee with tales both true and tantalizing." Yet amidst her teachings lay a tinge of sarcasm, sharper than any scythe wielded by grim reapers. "Pray tell," she mused mockingly as she watched them dance about their monuments like marionettes on strings made from ignorance, "dost thou truly believe thy pyramids can withstand the wrath of nature? Aye, they are but fancy tombs for thy hubris." And so it was that Dr. Chronos orchestrated an absurd assembly where wisdom waltzed hand in hand with whimsy. She summoned forth creatures from myth, griffins gallivanting alongside jackal-headed deities to illustrate her points with panache. "Behold," she proclaimed dramatically as they cavorted about her feet, "even these fantastical beasts know better than to ignore impending peril." As cataclysms approached with thunderous roars and earth-shattering shakes, our heroine's lessons rang clear. Truth is oftentimes cloaked in absurdity. One must embrace both folly and fact if one wishes to navigate life's labyrinthine lanes unscathed. With each revelation shared amongst these ancient architects of awe-inspiring architecture came newfound understanding, a glimmering beacon amidst encroaching darkness. Thus concluded Dr. Anya Chronos' whimsical wanderings through time. Though chaos may reign supreme in history's grand tapestry, let it be known that truth, wrapped in layers of laughter, shall always shine brighter than any pyramid or ziggurat ever could. In a time most tumultuous, where the very fabric of humanity hung by a thread as thin as a spider's silken strand, there arose one Dr. Anya, a scholar of splendidly strange sciences. Armed with her wondrous contraption, a time-travel device that resembled naught but an ornate hourglass bedecked with baubles and blinking lights, she embarked upon an audacious adventure to save mankind from its own muddled machinations. "What better way," quoth she, "to enlighten the ancients than by sharing the sacred scrolls of scholarly assignments?" Thus commenced her quest to impart knowledge unto those who built pyramids whilst pondering the mysteries of the cosmos. With a flick of her wrist and a flourish most flamboyant, Dr. Anya summoned forth her merry band of survivors, each one more peculiar than the last. There was Sir Reginald, a knight whose armour clanked like a cacophony of castanets. Lady Beatrice, whose wit was sharper than any sword, and Barnaby the Bewildered, who often forgot his own name but never his penchant for puns. Together, they traversed through time's tangled tapestry, seeking out civilizations that thrived in epochs long past. Africa's ancient empires, Asia's illustrious dynasties, and South America's enigmatic cultures. Upon arriving in Egypt, amidst the sun-kissed sands and towering obelisks, Dr. Anya approached a gathering of pyramid builders. "Hark!" she bellowed with bravado befitting a bard. "I bring tidings from the future. Behold this marvel, the iPhone, a magical mirror that doth capture thy visage and grant thee access to tomes of knowledge beyond thy wildest imaginings." The builders gawked in gobsmacked wonderment as she demonstrated how to summon forth images of cats playing harpsichords, a sight so absurd it could only be described as divine comedy. Yet lo, the ancient artisans were not without their own sagacity. They countered with queries most perplexing. "Pray tell us, fair sorceress of science, what dost thou mean by homework? Is it some form of enchanted parchment that doth weigh heavily upon our brows?" With an exaggerated sigh laced with sarcasm thicker than molasses in January, Dr. Anya explained that homework was merely an exercise in enlightenment, a means to hone one's intellect whilst avoiding the perils of idleness. "Ah, but what is truth?" interjected one particularly astute scribe named Thutmose, who had taken quite a liking to alliteration himself. "Is it not but a fleeting fancy, a fickle flame flickering in the winds of whimsy?" To which Dr. Anya replied with fervour, "Nay, truth is as steadfast as yonder pyramid, built upon layers of knowledge and wisdom accrued over ages." She then proceeded to share arcane facts about mathematics and astronomy that would make even Ptolemy blush with envy. As they delved deeper into discourse on divine truths and cosmic curiosities, Lady Beatrice chimed in with her signature snark, "Verily, if only we could teach these fine fellows how to properly use spell check, perhaps then their hieroglyphics would not resemble chicken scratch." The group erupted into laughter so hearty it echoed across the dunes like thunderclaps heralding rain, a rare occurrence indeed in such arid lands. With each civilization they visited, from India's intricate Indus Valley to Peru's majestic Machu Picchu, Dr. Anya imparted wisdom wrapped in whimsicality. She taught them about agriculture using crop rotation while simultaneously explaining how tomatoes were once deemed poisonous, a fact met with incredulous gasps. Each lesson was sprinkled liberally with absurdist humour, for what better way to teach truth than through laughter? As their journey unfolded like an elaborate tapestry woven from threads both bright and bizarre, they discovered that sharing knowledge transcended time itself. It was akin to casting spells that bound hearts and minds together across centuries. They forged friendships steeped in curiosity and camaraderie. Each ancient soul became not just a student but also a teacher in their own right. At last, after many moons spent gallivanting through history's grand gallery, Dr. Anya returned home, not merely laden with tales but enriched by truths shared amongst kindred spirits from ages past. And thus did she realize saving humanity required more than technology. It demanded connection through understanding, the timeless art of teaching truth wrapped within layers of laughter. And so ends this chapter, a whimsical waltz through time where homework became heralds of hope and absurdity danced hand in hand with enlightenment. In the grand tapestry of time where ancient wisdom waltzes with modern musings, behold the marvel that is Dr. Anya. A veritable virtuoso of veracity, she doth weave a wondrous web of knowledge so intricate that even the illustrious Einstein would be left agog, his eyebrows raised in delightful disbelief. Picture, if thou wilt, a brainiac bonanza bursting forth with brilliance, an amalgamation of antiquity and innovation that tickles the very fancies of fate itself. What benefits dost thou seek to unearth from this delightful dalliance? Oh, merely trifles such as the preservation of human achievements, those glittering gems of yore that twinkle like stars in the firmament of history. Imagine a world where the echoes of our ancestors' triumphs resonate through the ages, their tales told by enchanted quills dipped in the ink of eternity. Such is the magic wrought by Dr. Anya's scholarly sorcery. Verily, let us not overlook how technology is artfully adapted to meet the needs of ancient souls. Picture a contraption, a fantastical fusion of gears and gadgets that doth allow a medieval minstrel to stream sonnets across space-time. With each strum upon his lute, he transports listeners to realms unknown, whilst sipping tea brewed from leaves plucked by fairies at dawn. Truly what an absurdly splendid spectacle, and lo, the societal resilience bestowed upon us by this curious concoction cannot be overstated. In times fraught with turmoil and tempestuous trials, we find ourselves fortified by knowledge both arcane and avant-garde. Like a phoenix rising from its own flamboyant ashes, humanity shall soar high above adversity with wings crafted from wisdom and whimsy, a sight most splendid indeed. Who amongst us can resist the allure of cultural exchange? It is akin to a grand bazaar where ideas are bartered like rare spices and stories are traded like precious jewels. Imagine jesters juggling jests, while philosophers ponder profound paradoxes amidst a cacophony of laughter and learning. Such merriment fosters understanding and unity among disparate peoples, a veritable feast for both mind and spirit. Thus do we arrive at the crux, the foundation for future civilizations built upon this delightful melange. Stronger than thy grandmother's fruitcake, and far less likely to cause indigestion, this bedrock shall support generations yet unborn. Each brick laid with care bears witness to our collective journey through time, a testament to our tenacity and creativity. As thou dost ponder history's vast expanse, remember well that Dr. Anya hath thy back. With each time jump she orchestrates, she unveils truths hidden beneath layers of dust and doubt. Her magical methods reveal not just what was, but what could be, an invitation to dance with destiny itself. So don thy fanciest thinking cap. It's time for an intellectual jig. Stay curious, dear reader. Let thy mind wander whimsically through fields of thought both wild and wonderful. Embrace quirkiness as though it were a beloved pet dragon, fierce yet friendly, ready to whisk thee away on adventures beyond imagination's ken. For in curiosity lies enlightenment, in absurdity lies truth waiting patiently to be discovered. In conclusion, let us raise our goblets filled with elixirs both potent and peculiar, to teaching truth amidst chaos. For every absurd twist serves as a reminder that knowledge is not merely power, but also play, a joyous romp through reason's realm where laughter reigns supreme. So go forth boldly into this brave new world. May your quest for truth be ever fruitful.